TTC focus on the capacity building. From 2011, we already trained more than 8,000 training participants in the regions, in the Coral Triangle countries. We have 26 training modules related with the marine protected area, sustainable fisheries, sustainable tourism, climate change, conservation leadership, and also coral reef restoration. And not only training, we are also working on the ground in Timor-Leste and in Indonesia to facilitating establishment of marine protected area with the government and local community. So far, we are working in 10 marine protected areas, 5 in Indonesia and 5 in Timor-Leste, as contribution for global biodiversity framework 30 by 30. And then the total we are contribute about more than 400,000 hectares of the marine protected area. This is the map of Indonesia. Indonesia has more than 17,000 islands, and then we have the largest coral reef ecosystem in the world, about 50,000 kilometer square of the coral reef that contribute about 18% of the global coral reef in the world. Unfortunately, 30% only the coral reef in the good condition, and then the rest in the moderate and poor condition. So need action to protect and also restore the coral reef ecosystem in Indonesia. So this is map of the distribution of number of the coral reef restoration project in Indonesia. We identify some challenge since 10 years ago, where the coral reef restoration project in Indonesia rapidly increasing, but there are several challenges on it. Many people doing coral reef restoration project, but the project is very rare that significant giving contribution for ecology. And then this is confirmed by recently study by Dr. Tris Razak in 2022 that evaluate about 600 coral reef restoration project throughout Indonesia. And then this study finds some challenges. The first challenges is sometimes coral reef restoration program is unclear the objective. What for your coral reef restoration project? For research, for awareness, for conservation, or for what for? And the second, the site selection protocol is not available. Even if the protocol is available, sometimes it's not implemented well. And the third challenge is about Indonesia recent effort difficult to be summarized due to lack of consistent report. Only few coral reef restoration has a very good report and series data from the long-term monitorings. And then project often not coordinated with wider network of restoration practitioners or scientists that just isolated and then not connected with wider scientists. And the last 16% only has post monitoring and maintenance activity. So with these challenges, this is confirm what we look about the trends of coral reef restoration project in Indonesia. This is the fourth intervention in terms of addressing the challenges. We are establish what we call that demonstration and learning site, following scientific protocol on the reef site method, so people can see directly and learn directly in the field, having the hands-on experiences on coral reef restoration, implement the protocol in the field. So this is our one of the demonstration site that coral is growing in that area within less than 2 years. When we are using scientific protocol on doing this site selection, that's very appropriate for the ReefStar method. This is the second location from our demonstration site in Nusa Penida Marine Protected Area, where we are trying the different design. We making patchy ReefStar method, and then we looking the progress. When the progress is good, then we trying to filling up the empty location with new reef star. So it will be connected, and then hopefully this area will be fully covered by coral after several years forward. So our target is to restore about 5,000 meters square in Nusa Penida Marine Protected Area in Bali, Indonesia. So it will become a demonstration and learning site. Our coral restoration program already become one of case studies published recently in May 2025 under this practical guide to restoration and rehabilitation of rubble and coral reef. This is similar with Dr. Muhammad project from AIMS. This is under the Reef Restoration and Adaptation program. This is funded by Australian government and also led by University of Queensland, led by Professor Peter Mambi, and then Nusa Penida Coral Reef Restoration Project, part of the case study. If you want to get the soft copy of this practical guideline, you can download from that link, so you will get a free of the practical guideline. Take home message based on our experience. One, to make success your coral reef restoration, you need to looking the key factors of the successful of the coral reef restoration. One, important to do the site selections. Yeah, this is related with the also water quality, tides, current, sediment, and also identification about the possibility to handling the threats, as well as to looking your coral source to implement this Reef Star method. Because one of the protocol in the Reef Star, the priority you should using the coral of opportunity surrounding the COP. If there is no sufficient COP, you need develop nursery to doing the scaling up your coral reef restoration. And then method selection and understanding also really important from beginning to end. Choosing be carefully the methodology. Sometimes when we do site selection, that site is not appropriate for Reef Star. We will not push ourselves to do coral reef restoration in that area. And then also maintenance is important, and resources, what we have about tools, budget, human resources, availability, that also need to be considered when we are design our coral reef restoration project. And then the last, in terms of sustainability, support from the government and local community and other stakeholders also important to make your coral reef restoration program is sustained. I think that's all my presentation. Thank you for attention.